I am washing my hands again. Hi, I'm Phil.
Hi, I'm Brett.
Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Today on the show, Brett's here. Also, we are choosing, purely through coincidence, to honor Brett's extra life donation recipe request while he's here. Isn't that great, Brett?
Yes. I'm glad I paid for it so I can be here to make it.
Well, it's gonna be a group effort.
Okay.
Today we're gonna make Lahmacun. I think that's how you say it. It's a little pizza from Turkey, I think. I don't really know. Was that accurate, Brett? Yeah. So it's got like a lamb mixture, and you got like a cracker crust kind of thing. And yeah, the first step is to crack open a couple of Twisted Tea Lights. Cheers, bud.
Cheers. You can taste the chemicals. That's the best part.
All right. So the first thing we gotta do is we gotta pickle some onions. And I'm gonna demo for you how to quick pickle using a hot brine. So you're gonna need a little pot, and we're gonna put some vinegar in there using a ratio that Brett totally did not just tell me, but I knew about beforehand, using what I like to call culinary intuition, which is when I imagine what a recipe should be. So that's 1.5 cups of white vinegar, to which we will add 1/2 cups water, and we'll put that into the pot, and we will add 2 teaspoons of salt. In our case, it will be koshering salt. All right, so we will put that onto the oven, the stove, to heat up and dissolve the salt. And oftentimes you will see sugar added into these brine. I don't really prefer it that way, neither does Brett. So if you like listening to advice, that's what we advise.
Don't put sugar in your brine.
Okay, now here's my onion, which I'm gonna slice. So here's 1/2 of the onion, and to that we will add 1/2 an onion. I've been making that stupid joke for 8 goddamn years and John still laughs. All right, so let's add some diversity to our onion cuts. I think that it is appropriate to try to cut the onions as thinly as is reasonable to you. So I think I'm gonna do one crissways and the other crossways, which is to say I'm going to cut them differently for a depth of onion texture. And there are some of them. God damn it. Here's that cross cut. And this is a real juicy onion. It's really getting me. I'm dead. All right. Well, this was a quart mason jar. 1 quart equals 1 quart. Okay, so here's our brine. We're gonna move the salt around so it dissolves, and then you just dump it on your onions. And make sure that you use precision pouring, which is to say, be careful. But inevitably, what I do is I don't quite get it all in there. You know, I feel like that's most people. That's most people. And now that the jar is hot, you can shove your onions down, just like you might shove down your feelings. And then you cut onions to, deal with them.
That's something to blame.
Yeah. Okay, so basically all you do from there is you let them brine for like a half hour, an hour, whatever. Typically you would leave the lid off for safety, but not food safety, but temperature safety. And that's it. We'll be back. In classic PGC style, I have no idea how to make this dish, so I will be referring to this Word doc recipe that Brett sent to me. So let us begin. We preheat the oven to 450 degrees. Oh yeah, I don't even know how to do that. Now that is pretty hot. In an ideal world, we would have everything on the middle rack. We don't live in that ideal world. None of us do. So instead we will be using the 2nd and 4th position. This is what Brett suggested as a compromise between airflow and optimal oven positioning. Now we need to make the meat paste. I have to wonder, does Brett like this because it involves meat paste? Is Brett just into meat paste?
I think I am.
Very well then. Brett was so kind as to get me this incredibly nice food processor, and in part it was with the intention to make this dish. So really, Brett did all of the underwriting for this episode. So this show was brought to you by Brett.
A Twisted Tea Light.
Okay, in a large bowl of a food processor, we are going to add 1 red bell pepper cut into chunks. I'll remove the innards and I'll throw them wantonly to the wind. There's some chunks. Got some seeds in there too. Oh boy. Next, we will add 2 shallots that have been halved. In addition to having them, we will also peel them so as not to put the peel in the final product. It would not be pleasant to do so. All right, here's our shallot. We need 6 cloves of garlic, and I just so happen to have homegrown garlic fresh out the ground. There's 1, 2, 6 cloves of garlic. All right, the garlic's in there. In this house, we believe in science and precise food measurements. Here is a bowl. That's 3.4 ounces of parsley. We need 2 ounces. Say 2. Okay. All right. Did I wash this?
Sure didn't.
You gotta wash parsley. You gotta do it. I think they grow it in the sand or something. It's always dirty as hell. Yeah. Okay. Parsley. It's in. It smells good. Love the smell of parsley. People who say parsley doesn't taste like nothing are dumb. Okay. So we pulse this first. There we go. And I believe it said to pulse it a few times. It looks like a nice salsa. Good. All right. Now, I'm looking at this right now, and all I can think about is like, I could be making pico de gallo in this goddamn thing without putting any effort into it. What have I been doing with my life? Next up is adding the lamb spices and everything else, basically. Okay, so we're gonna add a pound of ground lamb. Now, I will comment that sometimes it can be hard to find ground lamb, but I personally have noticed it in stores more frequently. So for example, we just got this Simple Truth ground lamb just from the Kroger. Seems like the appetite for miscellaneous ground meats has increased. People be making burgers and shit. All right, in goes the lamb. The lamb. Tuck it in there. Okay, next is 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. I have fancy paprika from Spain. I personally am not a big fan of smoked paprika. Although I look forward to eating this dish, smoked paprika to me completely dominates most of the flavor palettes. So I try to use it sparingly in my own cooking. Next up is allspice. Oh, that's a lot of allspice. Damn. 2 teaspoons of allspice. I don't know if I've ever used that much allspice in anything. It's incredible. All right, next up is cumin. And we will use 1 teaspoon of that. I'll go ahead and contaminate it with the allspice flavor. All right, 1 teaspoon. And next is 1 teaspoon of these Aleppo Flakes. That's gonna be a heavy one. Next up is a teaspoon of cinnamon. This is Ceylon cinnamon. And a teaspoon of cayenne, Chef John style, from foodwishes.com. All right, close enough. 2 teaspoons of salt. Bada boom, bada bing. And 8 tablespoons of tomato paste. All right, there's my 8 tablespoons of tomato paste. And could that be it? Olive oil. 4 tablespoons of olive oil, which is 2 ounces of olive oil, which is, I'm pretty sure, this shot glass. And if it's not, we can add more. You ever take a shot of olive oil? All right, it's processing time. So we pulse again until a chunky paste is formed. We're pulsing. Would you just let it go?
Yeah, just put it on.
Looks pretty good. Ooh, how exciting. Now let's look at that paste. It smells incredible. Holy cannoli.
He's gonna taste it.
No, I'm not. How's that texture look?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got a nice. Yeah, that's good.
Wunderbar. Okay, my work is done for now. It's time to call on Captain Kevin. Get to work, please.
First, you do this. Maybe this is how you do it.
How's he doing so far?
I don't know, Brett and I are having some scotch.
I'm told that you need to quarter the dough.
Talk to us, Kevin.
Well, you take the dough and you make it flat.
8 to 9 inches in diameter. As thin as you can, like a cracker.
A cracker. 1 cracker coming right up. Kevin!
Well, you got 12 inches there, bud.
Then you take your 9-inch dough.
9 inches. Oh.
And you stick it on the thing. Now do that 7 more times.
All right, I'm here to apply the paste directly to the pizza. You should use 3 to 4 tablespoons, which in my mind is about that much. And then we'll spread it thinly across the pizza. And Brett said it can go pretty close to the edge. Because what's the point of a crust? You don't need it. Am I doing it right, Brett? More paste?
Yes, more paste.
In this economy, there's something I like about how this looks and smells. It's like a thick skyline chili. Just kidding. I just wanted to gross you guys out. Boom.
Where's the mozzarella?
Okay, so we're gonna cook 2 at a time?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get another parchment paper. It's time to cook these lahmacuns.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Parmesan, Parmesan. Okay, into the oven they go. We're gonna cook them about 7 minutes, and the determining factor is the crispiness of the bottom. TBD. 7 minutes. Let's go. We will be back in 7 minutes time, but not in 7 minutes YouTube time. That would be very boring. Been 7 minutes as advertised. Now we do the lifting check, which is the bottom crispy? It's not. Yeah, it's doughy. All right, so we'll cook them a little longer, and we're gonna trade places. Although I did not check this one, I think I put it in second. We'll go another minute or 2. We will be back. Let's check them again. I think it's looking pretty good. So here's numero uno. You can scratch it. So it's good to go. Brett said these are often eaten at room temperature. So I guess we'll let them go. Yeah, we'll make the next ones, and I gotta get bigger plates. So yeah, we'll be back when these cool down and we can try them. But otherwise, we'll just be continuing to produce. Okay, let's finish this with the juice of the lemon 1/8 in size. Lots of lemon juice. Yum, yum, yum. Some of our pickled onions from earlier, which I will distribute, and some fresh chopped mint, which I think would be very nice in this. All right, I'm rolling it up, I guess. How tight? I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh man, it looks awesome. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try it right now. It's delicious. I strongly approve of this food.
That tastes good to me.
Okay, well we got a bunch more to make, but I gotta say, this is very delicious. That is how you do it. Right, Brett?
100%.
Yeah, where's my...
Whoa.